this group Al-Shabaab, what is the connection to Al-Qaeda?
Well, they self-affiliated with Al-Qaeda when they formed back in in the mid-2000s, and then Al-Qaeda decided to recognize them. So they have that bond there, but it ebbs and flows. They agree with Al-Qaeda on some things, they don't on others, and there's been a lot of infighting in the group. This is a very disorganized group, and that makes them very dangerous. They don't normally go for the global jihad, and in going after this attack in Kenya, they're really going after their own interest in Somalia, because Kenya is on the forefront of going after Al-Shabaab. They're helping the Somali government. They're taking matters in their own hands. The Kenyan Army and the Kenyan Air Force is mounting attacks against Al-Shabaab. So Al-Shabaab is striking back, and they went after a soft target in Nairobi.
Well, that's the question. If they have a beef with the military and the leadership of Kenya, why are they going after a shopping mall?
Because they can't. They don't have the wherewithal to take on the Kenyan military. The Kenyan military has been very effective against Al-Shabaab, both the Army and the Air Force. So Al-Shabaab is going to go after targets they know they can strike, and they picked a great one here for, if you're looking at how you're going to make a terrorism attack work, this is it. You go after a soft target, a mall in an upscale area of Nairobi where you know that there are foreigners, there are embassies, there are rich, wealthy Kenyans, and that's the kind of target you go after because it gives you the notoriety that you want. That's why we're giving it this kind of coverage.
And we should remember, of course, Kenya and terror and the United States have a very strong link. The U.S. Embassy was targeted in 1998. Does Al-Shabaab have a specific beef, say, with the United States?
No, not a specific beef. They know that we're supporting the Kenyans. The Kenyans have been supporting us. We've had a relationship that goes back decades. And, the Kenyans have been very useful to us in Africa. And we think we're helpful to them, providing, material and intelligence. So it's a two-way street. And the Al-Shabaab wants to break apart that relationship. They'd like the Kenyans to stop working with us. I don't think it's going to happen. Events like this tend to backfire on them.
Mm-hmm. And so if we say that Al-Shabaab doesn't have the reach, say, to launch an attack here in the United States, what about inspiring somebody to say, oh, a shopping mall, look what they did, maybe we could do the same thing? Is that a concern?
Absolutely. And this is what terrorist groups do. They go after a target that they think they can hit. Malls, bus stations, train stations, anywhere where the security allows you to get in. And how do you prevent that? You beef up the security and you hurt the business. There's that medium you've got to find where you provide enough security, yet you allow business and commerce to continue. And here today we saw where that broke down.